We're here today to talk about the Jet Series and the wing tee, and we'll concentrate today on the Jet Series primarily to the split end side. I feel very fortunate that I've run the wing tee since 1973. Have had some great influences on the way that we attack our offensive system. First of all, from the University of Delaware, Greg Perry in particular, at Edinburgh University, Dennis Crehan, the first head coach that I worked under in high school, John Diatavio, Greg Lazzardi, who worked with me for a long time, has been a great influence, and we feel very good about the wing tee as a system and an order of offense, and feel confident in our attack here. Today, we are going to talk about the Jet Series. The Jet is relatively new in terms of the wing tee. I've run the offense since 1973, and we've probably run the Jet for about the past six years or so. So it's relatively new to our attack, but we've developed it into a package of our offense. Things that we're going to talk about today include the Jet itself, the Jet sweep play, and the Jet sweep. What it provides for us is it provides the wing tee with a solid flank play to the spread end side. One of the things that we used to struggle with a bit was having an attack to the spread end side with the wing tee. And you know, going back to the 70s, we developed and learned the trap option. We progressed to where we ran triple option to the spread end side. But once the Jet and now the Rocket came into being, we haven't had to run as much option to the spread end side because we have a legitimate flank attack to the split end side without running the option. There are less technique details required when we run the Jet sweep as opposed to the buck sweep. You know, and that's not to say that we don't teach details in the Jet, but I don't think it's as much technique oriented as the buck sweep is and was for us. And it allows for a complete series to attack defenses in all areas of the field and all zones. So we're able to create conflicts just as we always wanted to create conflicts in wing tee principles. As I said, to the flank, it begins with 61 and 69 Jet. Also part of our flank attack, as a flank counter, we run the truck play, 61 truck at 9, 69 truck at 1. If we run this to the corner over our tight end area, we can incorporate it with our down series to look like Jet and run Liz and Rip 82 and 88 down. We've added a green light play, which allows us to attack the C gap if we're running it to a tight end side. Off tackle wise, we run 63 and 67 ice, and one of the good plays that we got from Bruce Cobley, another great wing tee coach, is our red light play. Our off tackle counter, we use our joker, which is counter crisscross in the old Delaware terminology. We run a crisscross off the Jet series. Internally, we still run our guard trap, 64 and 66 guard trap, and by using Liz and Rip motion, we can use that as an internal counter for us. So we can attack the whole front with runs. And in terms of flank passes, we have a play action pass to the spread end side, to the action, and we have a play action pass away from the Jet action. Waggle being away from the action, our ice pass is action to the Jet sweep type play. The other thing that's nice about this play, about the Jet sweep, is that it allows for a simple check with me to where we can win a numbers game against the defense and have a better chance to move the ball and all. So that's our start in terms of why run the Jet sweep. With that in mind, let's begin with the Jet play, okay? The Jet, 861 Jet. One of the good things about the Jet play, if it's done correctly, we shouldn't have to worry a whole lot about blocking the defense from the B gap back. The rules on the play go like this. Our split end, if our split end is on the right, he's a two-man. He's going to stalk number one, okay? He will stalk number one. when in a perfect world, we would like him to stalk and get his head to the outside and give our ball carrier the sideline. Versus cover 3, it will be the corner. He's got to hold his block a little bit longer versus a cover 2 corner who's pressed up a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage. The right tackle's assignment, he's the 3-man in the old Delaware terminology. He blocks the first man on or outside the B gap. All right, the first man on or outside the B gap. And we know that the area between center and guard is the A gap. The gap between guard and tackle is the B gap. He will block the first man on or outside the B gap. And he uses whatever technique is necessary to block that person. If the man on him or just outside him were to stunt into the B gap, he does not worry about him. All right? So he will block the first man on or outside the B gap. The right guard's assignment, he's the 4-man. He is going to pull, and he thinks linebacker to free safety. Now that guard is going to pull, and he's going to think about the inside linebacker to the free safety coming up the alley. All right? He will read the block of our right halfback. If the right halfback, through the nature of his block, has the inside linebacker walled off, he'll continue on running right through the outside of the right halfback's block, and he will look to block the free safety or the linebacker who's come over the top. Okay? In this defense up on top, he'd be more likely to have to find the middle linebacker, or the Mike linebacker, I'm sorry. The left guard assignment and the center's assignment and the left tackle's assignment, they're all a fire-on backer, all right? The center is going to have to protect the A-gap quickly. He's got a quick fire-on backer on this. He will protect that A-gap, and he will look to block a man over the right guard if he has to. Many times with that guard pulling, that tackle tries to chase. The main thing that we're worried about with the center, with that A-gap, is that he doesn't allow a quick penetration where he can trip the quarterback. Okay, but he will release quickly on this, and he has a quick fire-on backer. The left guard and the left tackle also have a quick fire-on backer. They do not have to stay with the backside lineman because of the nature of the play and the quickness of the way it hits. So they can release downfield after a quick fire-on backer assignment. And that's what we want, is linemen releasing downfield in front of the ball carrier. Okay? The tight end's assignment is cutoff. He is going to release quickly to the cutoff and look to block a corner, in most cases, who is pursuing to the ball downfield. All right, now the backfield technique. The right halfback's assignment is to block the second man on or outside the B gap. So he's got to be able to count to 2. 1, 2. All right, there's our B gap. Down here, 1, 2. He uses what we call a reach technique or a jet technique when he does this. Our right halfback's first step will be a reach step with his right foot. He will take his right foot, keep his toes north and south, and he will step for the outside of the second man on or outside the B gap. We would like him to take away that man's outside shoulder whenever possible. So he will attack the outside shoulder of the second man on or outside the B gap. And we'll talk this technique specifically on the field later on. This is one time when he has to block a man at linebacker depth. We do not shoulder block him. We try to get our halfback to get his inside hand on the middle of the chest of the second man outside the B gap, and his outside hand on the outside shoulder pad. And we try to get him to jolt him and try to get him to be able to hook that second man inside. If he cannot hook him, he will continue to keep his body on that second man, and he will run with him to the sideline. And it's up to our back to cut off of him. Okay, so he has the second man on or outside the B gap. If that man is aligned on the line of scrimmage, if I were a halfback and the man is aligned on the line of scrimmage where he can penetrate quickly, now we allow him to use a gap technique or an on technique with a shoulder block. When he's on the line of scrimmage, he's close enough where if need be, we can use a shoulder block technique. But it's more aggressive when that man is on the line than when he is off the line. All right, the fullback. The fullback's assignment on this is to fake 64 guard trap. And his thought process is I have the backside linebacker to the cutoff. The fullback on this runs it the same as the Buck series trap. His first step is going to be just over the midline. His second step is going to be for the left leg of the center, and we would like him to run 64 guard trap. And he looks for that backside linebacker if he can get in, and he makes a fake on his own. And if not, he continues on downfield to the cutoff and becomes a downfield blocker for us. All right? So the fullbacks, he's a key block for us. The left halfback, the key to this play, one of the keys, is that the left halfback takes off in full speed motion. There is nothing slow about this. He is going to aim for a point 1 foot behind the quarterback. So if our quarterback's alignment were here, we will put a cone a foot behind the quarterback, and that is his aim point. He crosses over. If I'm a left halfback running the jet sweep to the right, his first step from the wing is going to be a crossover step, and he aims for a foot behind the quarterback in full speed. Full speed is a key. Okay? So he is going to travel at full speed. When the halfback gets to the outside foot of the left guard, that is going to be the quarterback's signal to snap the ball. The halfback should get the ball in the play side A gap. All right? The quarterback is going to put his left butt cheek right there in the A gap. He's going to hand off to the halfback, and the halfback's assignment is to think hash, numbers, sideline. He is trying to get to the sideline on this. The only time that we tell the halfback to turn up inside is if this defender has worked upfield so hard that our right halfback has to kick him out. If our right halfback has got to kick out the second man, the left halfback now can turn up inside that and then return and break back to the outside. But he has to see the numbers of the right halfback. If he sees his numbers, that's his signal that it's okay to turn up inside, but then try to break back out. Okay? The quarterback. The quarterback is going to reverse pivot left. And he's going to reverse pivot left 12 inches over the midline without depth. So it's 12 inches over the midline and 12 inches deep. If that is the center's butt, his first step on this play is going to be reverse pivot left, and I'm going to end up with all my body parts on the right side of the midline. It's going to look like this. And he's going to hand the ball off in the play side A gap to the halfback. So that's step one. All right? He does not stomach the ball on this one. On this one, he comes right around and hands the ball off to the left halfback on step one. On step two, he's going to operate right next to the midline, and he and the fullback should just about be shoulder to shoulder. And then on step three, he'll step towards an imaginary left halfback, and he will carry out a waggle fake for 3 steps and then show pass. So he fakes 61 waggle when he runs this, okay? Reverse pivot left, hand off to the left half, fake 61 waggle. And that is the jet play, okay? That's 861 jet. Now, we said that this offense, or this series, we have a complete way to attack across the line of scrimmage. Well, our way to the split end side to attack the off-tackle area, one of the ways is to run the ice play, 863 ice. This came from Cumberland College in Kentucky, and Herschel Moore and his staff. And 863 ice for us is simple blocking for our line because they block 83 cross block. We block 3 plays exactly the same for the line. 83 cross block, 63 ice, and 63 red light are all the exact same blocking for the offensive line. Okay? The rules go like this for the offensive line. The right tackle is gap down or on. Gap down or on. If he can block down to the man over the tackle, he will block down to him. That's a 3 technique. He'll block down, and he will use a left shoulder block on that. He'll use a down technique. The right guard is gap, lead, kick out first man outside the right tackle's block. So we get our normal, that's 83 cross block for us. Okay? The center, the left guard, and the left tackle are fire on backer. It's not the quick fire on backer that we talked about on jet. Now we have our left guard and center in this particular defense are responsible for those 2 guys. All right, they will think that they're going to start to double team that nose guard off the ball, and then hopefully our center will come off and block that backside linebacker. The tight end's assignment on this is cutoff. He's going to step inside that drop end, and then he is going to go to the cutoff. Going to try to get 9 yards deep over the right tackle area. That's not a good drawing. He should be over in here. Okay? The backfield action now. Okay, let's talk the split end first. The split end is going to stalk 1 just like he did on jet. The difference is, on jet it was an outside stalk. Now the ball's going inside, so we're going to take that corner off the ball as fast and as deep as we can. When he recognizes that it's run, we're going to try to cut him off inside now. Okay? Inside cutoff. All right, the right halfback. The right halfback has the same rule that he has on 83 cross block. Block the first linebacker from the center. Now, he's got to cheat in a bit. If we have him leave from 3.5 yards outside the tackle because of the quick nature of the fullback on this play, we can be in a little bit of trouble. So he cheats in on this. He'll cheat in and he'll treat the tackle like he were a tight end. He's going to block the first linebacker from the center. His first step will be a pull step with his left foot, and he'll cross over with his right foot, and he's going to stay as tight to the butt of the right tackle as he can to get through there and block that linebacker. If the linebacker is inside him, he uses his inside shoulder. If the linebacker is outside him, he uses his outside shoulder. Now, the good thing about this play, because of the threat of the jet action with the left halfback, many times that linebacker is stepping out quickly because of the threat of the jet play. Okay? So he is going to block the first linebacker from the center, cheat in a bit, and he blocks accordingly wherever that linebacker is. If that linebacker's completely disappeared outside, he can look for the backside linebacker. The left halfback is going to fake 61 jet. We want him to fake just like he took the ball and take 2 defenders out of this play with a great fake, at least 2. Hopefully, he can take the linebacker with them also. But we would like a great fake from him to take as many defenders out of the play as possible. All right? The fullback. The fullback's assignment is ball carrier. Dive for the outside leg of the right guard. He is going to he's going to step right now with his right foot. And he's aiming for the outside foot of the right guard. When he feels the ball in his belly, he's squaring his shoulders up and he's getting upfield. The quarterback. The quarterback's first step is going to be exactly the same as it was on 61 jet. 12 inches over the midline, 12 inches deep. With his second step, the fullback is now aiming for the outside foot of the right guard. With his second step, he is going to step to the fullback and put the ball in his belly. After he does that, he will continue on, and he'll fake 61 ice pass, or the keep pass off of the jet action. And that's the backfield technique for that play. Okay? So the quarterback is going to reverse pivot left. The halfback will fake. He'll step to the fullback, hand him the ball, and then he is going to fake 61 ice pass. Against this defense up on top, gap down on for the tackle. There's nobody to block down on, so he now blocks on. It's a better, this look against this defense, ice is a better play because now when we run jet, the tackle doesn't block down. Now he's stepping very much like he would on jet, and he'll block with his right shoulder and take that tackle out. The center now will post. The guard now will lead. Fire on backer back here. Now, fire on backer with the tackle. Now these two guys, the left guard and the left tackle, are going to take care of those two. On step by the left guard. Reach step by the left tackle. And then we're going to come off. And hopefully the left guard is going to come off for that away backer. The tight end on this is going cut off again. And the backfield action is the same as what we just talked about. Okay? So that is the ice play. Now, ice is a good football play. Last year, we incorporated the red light play, and there are a couple reasons for that. The blocking on red light is exactly the same for the line as we just talked about. I'm not going to talk about the blocking for the line on this because it's exactly the same as what we just did with the ice play. The thing about the ice play is that left halfback comes back inside, and that looks different than the jet does. By running red light, we were able to make this look exactly like jet and have an off-tackle play. When we run the red light play, the split end still inside stalks, and the right halfback has the same assignment that he had on jet. Second man on or outside the B gap. He will take his reach step just like he does on jet, and the only difference is now he'll look to block that second man out. But to the defense, the first step, this looks exactly like jet at the flank with those two people. Okay? The fullback, when we run this play, cheats up a bit and does whatever he has to do to lead the halfback through the play, because the fullback now is going to aim for the outside foot of the guard, and he is going to block the first linebacker from the center. Again, when we get a jet action, a lot of times this away backer is moving outside, and it becomes an easier block for the fullback, but he leads through on this. The left halfback is the ball carrier. And here are the key points on this. The left halfback, when we run red light, cannot come in full speed motion. The way we describe his motion to him is this. Come in motion as fast as you can, where you'll be able to make a cut into the B gap. Come in motion as fast as you can, where you'll be able to make a cut into the B gap. And we said the B gap is the area in between the right guard and the right tackle. All right? So he takes off using his crossover step. Depending on who the back is and who the quarterback is, we snap the ball either at the inside leg of the tackle or the outside leg of the tackle. That takes a little bit of toying around with in practice when you put this play in, and you'll make a decision with your team. Last year, we were able to at least tell our quarterback, snap it at the inside leg of the tackle, and he got that done. As we do this in camps throughout the summer with many teams, we have to do it at the outside leg of the tackle. Okay? So we're going to snap the ball earlier now. Now the quarterback is going to give the ball to the left halfback in the backside A gap. Again, because we're going to make a cut into that B gap. So he'll receive the ball in the backside A gap now. And again, this is happening very fast. When he gets to the B gap, he makes the same cut that our backs are used to making on the buck sweep. He sits down his right cheek over his right heel, and he cuts right through the B gap there. And again, with this, we would have the left tackle blocking down, the left guard kicking out, the fullbacks come right off of that guard's tail, and he blocked the linebacker, and our back cuts up into that at a very good rate of speed. This play takes some work, but it's well worth it once you have the footwork down and all. The quarterback reverse pivots left. Now he's just on the midline. He'll hand the ball in that backside A gap, fake 63 ice, and then he continues on with a 61 ice pass fake. Okay? Down here, again, better play. Looks more like the jet to the defense at first, because now you have three guys making it look like jet. Double team there, fire on backer here, fullback leads through on the Mike backer, and the halfback makes his 90-degree cut up into the B gap. And that has been a very good play for us. We added that last year, and it was a great addition to our offense. And I think it's worth trying to put in if you're a jet team. As far as an internal play goes, we run 64 guard trap and 66 guard trap as our internal plays off the jet series to the split end side. This is not a big deal for our offensive line, because from the first day of practice, they learned 24 guard trap, which is our buck series trap. So they're familiar with this. It doesn't matter whether we call 24 guard trap, 64 guard trap, or 74 guard trap. For the linemen, it's exactly the same. Okay? So when we block this play, the right tackle's assignment is to block the first linebacker from the center. He's going to use evasive technique, block the first linebacker from the center. He'll try to block him across the hole if he can. Against the even defense down here, evasive technique, first linebacker from the center. If he doesn't, if that man's in a 5 technique, he can aim for the heels of the first down lineman to his inside, so that lineman gets a conflict as to whether it's cross block or trap. The right guard's assignment on this is gap, lead, backer, influence block right, with a shaded nose guard and a 3 technique. If we get a 1 and a 3 call by our center and our left guard, the center will make a back call. That tells the right guard that he pretty much has that nose guard alone. So he will use a down technique on him, or if the guy is a penetrator, he'll use a gap technique and get his right shoulder on him. The center on this with a back call is going to post first. He's just going to get a quick punch, and then he will block back to his left. His assignment is post or left. With a 1 and a 3, make a back call. Down here, with a shaded nose guard to his left, he's going to think about posting with his left shoulder. The right guard is going to look to double team if he has to, if the nose slants back to him, and then otherwise he will look for the backside linebacker. The right guard is going to pull and trap inside out. He's going to aim for the play side toes of the center. If he kicks out right, use your right shoulder. The left tackle's assignment is gap on backer. He's going to check his gap first. Man on him, he's just going to give a shot to that tackle as he releases, and then he will look to block the linebacker on his side. Gap on backer, he's going to the backer with no man on him. okay? The tight end's assignment is cutoff. He's going to try to get 9 yards deep over the right guard area. The backfield action now. Let's talk the split end first. He has stalk 1 again, all right? Inside stalk him now. You may want to have him end up going for the free safety on this play. You make a decision on that. We have our man block number 1, so it looks like jet. That helps to influence the free safety to come out. The right halfback, he now is going to fake 61 jet. He's going to take a reach step with his right foot to influence the strong safety, drop end there, or the free safety, and the free safety, I should say. And then he is going to go 9 yards deep over the right guard area and block at the cutoff. He's the difference between this being a long gainer and a touchdown. Okay? The left halfback's assignment is run 61 jet without the ball. You act just as though you have taken the ball and you run 61 jet for a touchdown. Again, take 2 defenders, 3 defenders out of the play with a great fake. All right, the fullback. The fullback is the ball carrier. The fullback on this is going to dive for the left leg of the center. That's his assignment. Dive for the left leg of the center, and he chooses his area. He is the ball carrier. With his first step, the fullback is going to step with his right foot just over the midline. With his second step, he's going to aim for the left leg of the center. Just over the midline, left leg of the center. We'd like him to get the ball as deep as he can in the backfield so he can select his opening. The concept that we want our fullback to understand is whether there is a man on the center or not. If there is a man on the center, his power block or his block in at the hole is the block of the right halfback. So the block of the right guard, excuse me. He is going to aim for the tail of the right guard, which means he has to make a subtle cut back to his right with the man on the center. Subtle cut back to his right and stay as tight to the right guard's tail as you can. We want our backs to know where the block in at the hole is, or the power block. If there were no man on the center, no man on the center, it were an even defense. Now the right guard would release immediately for the linebacker. The center's assignment is post or left. So with no man on the center, the power block or the block in at the hole becomes the block of the center. So the fullback now stays as tight to the center's tail as he can. And with that, we tell him with no man on the center, you want to think of it as a straight shot where you may have to make a cut at linebacker depth. And that is the guard trap play. The quarterback on this reverse pivots left. He doesn't fake to the halfback. The halfback does the faking. Second step, step as deep as you can and give the ball to the fullback. Third step, step towards an imaginary halfback and carry out your waggle fake. He wants to get to about 6 yards deep. Show the free hand for 3 steps and then show waggle. You too, make a great fake and keep a defensive back over there. Take a defender out of the play with a great fake. And that is the guard trap, or the internal play off of the jet series for us to the split end side. We run by calling Liz motion. Normally, if we ran 866 guard trap, there would be no Liz call in there because 66 guard trap tells the right halfback that he is faking 69 jet. When we add a Liz call, we are now using this as an internal counter off the jet series. Now with a Liz call, left halfback, go inside, LI. The left halfback now is going to fake 61 jet. The right halfback now is going to go to the cutoff, except now he's going to aim for the 9 yards deep over the left guard area. The fullback now is going to run 66 guard trap. His first step is with his left foot over the midline. Second step, right leg of the center, and he will end up running the trap back this way. The left guard will now trap. It's the exact opposite line blocking of what we just did on 64. The quarterback now will reverse pivot right. He reverse pivots right, and the halfback will do the fake for him. His second step, he'll hand off to the fullback, and then he can continue on from there and fake 69 waggle, because it's the same action as we use on ice pass. So that's how we get an internal counter off of that. Our off tackle counter is the joker play, all right, or counter crisscross. Now we're going to talk counter crisscross on this. When we run this play, the split end, again, inside stalk the corner. Okay? The tight end's assignment, I'm going to come back over to the play side here, is lead or influence and block left. If there is a man on the tackle, he is going to lead block. He and the left tackle will double team. Okay? The left tackle's assignment is gap, post, lead. With the man on him, there is a man to post. So now we are going to get a double team. We're going to take that man vertically and double team him. Against the even defense, the tight end will influence. He'll hit that rush end with his inside shoulder, and then he will block out. Okay? The left guard's or left tackle's assignment on this, we said, was gap, post, lead. He's going to post with the man on him. No man on him, he will lead. We're going to double team the man on the guard. The left guard is area post. No man on him, he blocks area, and he is going to help the center with the nose guard. All right, if that nose guard is shaded this way, he will help the center with the nose guard, and he can come off late for a linebacker. The center is on or right. On or right. If there were no man on the center, he would block back to his right. Shaded nose guard, he's going to block him with his right shoulder. The right guard's assignment is on or right. This is something a little different for our right guards. With a man on him, it's an on call. He's going to block with his right shoulder. No man on him, because our tackle is going to pull, he is going to block to his right now. He'll block back to his right. The right tackle is going to pull through the hole and wall off. Pull and wall off. He's got to know. He tries to listen for the line calls, but he will wall off. All right? All right, the fullback. The fullback is a key part of this blocking scheme. The fullback is going to fake 64 guard trap on his first two steps. Then he aims for the tail of the left tackle, and he kicks the first thing outside the left tackle out. Kick out left, left shoulder. If that rush end really closed, he has the freedom to log him. Fake 64 guard trap, first two steps, aim for the tail of the left tackle, and kick out. First man outside the left tackle. All right. The left halfback is the initial ball carrier. The left halfback is going to receive the ball first. And there's a little key technique on this. The left, normally we take the ball using a table and stopper technique by the left halfback. When we run this play, we have him put two hands right in front of him, because this exchange happens so fast that we don't want to have to take the ball from one hip to the other hip. So he receives it directly in front of him, gets the ball, and is ready to hand off quickly to the right halfback on this double reverse type action. On this one, we will snap the ball when he is at the inside leg of the tackle. He'll receive the ball in the backside A gap. When he gets to the opposite guard, this is where this usually takes place, he will hand the ball off to the right halfback, and then he continues on with a 61 jet fake. The quarterback will hand the ball off in the play side A gap. He continues on with his 61 waggle fake, and he will end up becoming a pitch man for us. He turns downfield, and when the halfback comes through the hole, he's ready to be a pitch man for us. The right halfback on this takes a read step. He takes one step back to his inside, and he is reading the path of the left halfback. We want the left halfback and right halfback to be shoulder to shoulder at the outside foot of the guard, of the right guard area. And that's where the second handoff should take place. Once the right halfback receives the ball, he is going to aim for the tail of the right tackle and try to square his shoulders up as well as possible. Once he comes through the hole, we want him to think directly upfield, or if you have to break anywhere, break back to the outside, because the initial jet fake has taken the defense over here to the right. So we don't want to cut back into traffic, cut away from it. That quarterback will try to pick you up and get 5-by-2 pitch relationship, and the halfback, if it's the right half and the quarterback 2-on-1 on a DB, the right half has the freedom to make a pitch to the quarterback. He just has to make sure that, the pitch succeeds. Okay? So we do it that way. And that's the joker play. That's our off-tackle counter. Our outside counter is the truck play. And the truck play is not hard for our linemen, because when they hear truck, that means waggle to them. 861, truck at 9. Okay? 61 truck tells the lineman that they're blocking 61 waggle. At 9 tells the backs that it's going to the 9 hole. All right, when we block this one, split end, inside stalk. Okay? Tight end, on backer. On backer. This is a little bit different than the waggle rule. He is going to block on. We want our tight end to block the end man on the line of scrimmage when we run the truck play. All right? Left tackle, gap down on. Same as waggle for him. Gap down on. He's going to block down. Left guard, pull, kick out, support. He's pulling, and he's going to kick out the support guy for us. He also pulls on waggle. Against the 50 defense, the tackle blocks on, pull, kick out, support. All right? The center on this one is on or right. On or right. The right guard is pull and log. And we've done this both ways. We've done it where we have this guard kick out, just like he does on waggle, and the front side guard logs, and we play around with that a bit. Pull and log. Okay, so we got a block in at the hole, a block out at the hole, fits right in with our wing T principles. The right tackle is pull check, same as on waggle. Pull, check, turn back. All right, the fullback. The fullback is going to dive for the inside leg of the left guard, and he's going to block area for us. If there's nothing there for him to block, he goes to the cutoff. The left halfback, he is going to fake 61 jet, and he has the first man outside the right tackle's block. He's going to look to kick that out. Okay? The right halfback on the snap is going to run through the heels of the fullback. So on the snap, he takes off, and he runs through the heels of the fullback. He's going to be the ball carrier. The quarterback on this is going to fake 61 jet. He's going to reverse pivot left, and he will run back, and he will hand the ball off to the right halfback. After he hands the ball off to the halfback, he fakes 61 ice pass. Now we got an outside counter off the jet action. Okay? The quarterback reverse pivots left, brings the ball back to the right half, and then fakes 61 ice pass. So we now have a complete complement of runs from the jet to the ice, red light, guard trap, joker, and truck. We can attack across the entire front with the jet series runs. We have two passes that we use, a play action pass to the action and a play action away. The ice pass, 861 ice pass, is our play action pass to the action, okay? This too, when we run 61 ice pass, for our linemen, it's nothing new. They already know how to block 81 keep pass, and that's what the rules are on this, okay? The right tackle's assignment on this is gap down on. He blocks down against the even defense. He blocks on against the odd defense. The right guard's assignment is pull, log the first man outside the right tackle's block. Against the even, he'll pull and log. Okay? Against the odd defense, we very often will keep him in. We'll leave him in and let him help the center with that nose guard. So they'll make an on call. If not, we could have our guard pull so it looks just like jet and log outside there. But because of the nature of this play, very often we don't get a second man on the line of scrimmage, so we don't waste him outside. The center, left guard, and left tackle are all step and cup. And they make it look just like the initial fire on backer of jet when they take their first steps. The tight end's assignment on this is step and cup, and then he runs a crossing pattern. They will read, if that linebacker does not come, then the tight end can release and run his crossing pattern. So we're step and cup there, step and cup, step and cup, step and cup, cross. All right, the patterns on this. The split end runs a 6-yard hitch regardless of the coverage. 6-yard hitch regardless of the coverage. Initially, we want to make it look to that corner like we are running jet to that side. Get that corner to back up. The right halfback's assignment on this is fake 61 jet, and then he runs a smash route. So we want him to run this smash route as though he were going to block that strong safety or drop in. When he gets to 7 yards, he sticks his foot inside, gives a head fake, and then he aims for 22 yards downfield. The fullback on this, going back to the right halfback, if there's a free safety there, he can bend away from the free safety. He can bend that like a banana, okay? The fullback's assignment on this is the B gap. He fakes 63 ice. He has no pass route. He's protecting the B gap for us. We want that solid right there. The left halfback is fake 61 jet, log the first free man at the flank. Because of the nature of this play, many times that strong safety or drop end will come flying upfield. He has the liberty to turn that into a kick out if the man comes flying upfield. Otherwise, he logs the first free man at the flank just like he would do on 81 keep pass. The quarterback is going to fake 61 ice, and then he aims. If our halfback were in the dive back position, he aims for where the near foot of the halfback, or the near heel of the halfback would be. And he carries out his play action pass responsibility from there. He is going to read the flat coverage on this. If that hitch is open, he's going to hit that. If the hitch is covered, then he continues on and he looks for the smash route. Neither is open. He has the option to run the ball. That's 861 ice pass. And then our play action pass, and the last one that we'll talk about here today, is the waggle. Again, for the linemen, they've already had waggle protection, so this is not a big deal for our line. 861 waggle. Play action pass away from the flow off of jet. Okay? When we run this, the left tackle's assignment just as on 21 waggle, gap down on. The left guard's assignment, pull, log the first man outside the left tackle's block. If he has a man in his gap, he may have to block that gap and stay home. Then the backside guard will simply kick out. Okay? The center is step and cup. The right guard is pull, crossover, plant, lead quarterback. Pull, crossover, plant, lead quarterback, and a little, he has to be aware that the quarterback is stepping with jet steps. So he has to make sure that he adjusts his footwork a little bit so he doesn't trip the quarterback. So pull, crossover, plant, and he leads the quarterback outside. All right? Step and cup there, gap down on, pull and log, pull, crossover, plant, lead quarterback. If that nose guard's a pain, you keep your left guard home. You have your right guard kick out that drop end, who very often is dropping anyway against that coverage. The right tackle is pull check. He'll pull down to the center if he has to, and he'll check back. There he'll have to block the tackle. Okay, the left halfback's assignment now is fake 61 jet, block the first man outside the right tackle's block. He's going to use his right shoulder and kick out there. As soon as he crosses the center, he's ready to gear down if he has to, and he looks to kick out. First man outside the right tackle's block. The fullback on this does the same thing that he would do on the buck waggle. First step just over the midline, second step left leg of the center, third step he adjusts to the inside leg of the left guard. If there's anything in that area to block, he blocks it. Otherwise, he's 5 yards deep in the flat. The tight end's assignment, if we're running waggle to his side, is to run an angle flag. He's going to aim for the pylon and on the front corner of the end zone. If he's covered at 15 yards, he has the liberty to turn that into an out pattern. The right halfback is the inside receiver on the back side. So he is going to run a crossing route. His first step is going to be a reach step like he would do on 61 jet. And he is going to read center field. If there's a man in center field, he is going to cross the opposite hash between 12 and 17 yards deep. No man in center field, he's going to try to split the two deep coverage. The right split end is going to read center field. If he sees a man, no man in center field, he's going to stay deep outside the hash. He's going to be 3 yards outside the hash and run down the field. So that we end up with a deep out cut, a man deep down the middle, and a man deep outside the hash versus 2 deep coverage. Versus 3 deep, he is going to aim for the tail of the free safety and run down the middle. We want him to occupy that free safety. If the free safety wants to jump up on the crossing pattern, our guy upstairs will see that and we'll run that. The quarterback is going to fake 61 jet. Third step towards an imaginary halfback. 4, 5, and 6, he's going to show a free hand, and then he has a run pass option at the flank. He should be at 6 yards deep when we run the waggle. And his thought process is deep, short, or run. He reads that triangle. We want him to peripherally see the crossing pattern and the man in the flat. And that is our play action pass away from jet action in the jet series. So hopefully we've given you a good amount of material here as an attack with the jet series. Now what we'd like to do is take to the field and show you the drills and show you how our team runs this. Thank you. This is our backfield group work technique on the jet to the right, 61 jet. When we group work this, rather than bird dog it, because this man's motion is a full speed motion, it's tough to bird dog. So when we bird dog this play, we start him, the left half, at the outside foot of the guard, where he would be when the ball is snapped. When we call step one, he'll just sprint to the quarterback to get the ball. The fullback, when we do this, assignment is fake 64 guard trap, and he has the backside linebacker to the cutoff. The right halfback has the second man on or outside the B gap. This big bag here represents the man on the outside of our tackle, so that's one, that's two. He's going to use a reach technique on him. The left halfback is going to aim for a point a foot behind the quarterback. The quarterback is going to take a reverse pivot 12 inches deep and 12 inches over the midline. Okay? So let's bird dog 61 jet. Face that way, Code, like if, there you go. Two, three, four, walk it out. Okay, that is how we would bird dog the play. After we've bird dogged it one time, now we run it. All right, let's run it. Good. The quarterback did a good job that time handing the ball off in the play side A gap. That's where we want the halfback to get the ball. That way he can't be run down from the backside. If you give the ball back here, there's a chance that can happen. We want to give the ball off in the play side A gap. Okay, well done. All right, guys, let's. This is 861 jet as a team. Assignments. The split end is going to stalk number one. The right halfback has the second man on or outside the B gap. The right tackle has the first man on or outside the B gap. The right guard is going to pull, looking inside linebacker to free safety. And the backside, center, left guard, left tackle have a quick fire on backer. The tight end has cutoff. The left halfback's the ball carrier. The fullback fake 64 guard trap. Look backside backer to cutoff. All right, let's run this time, okay? Let's run it. We'll run it 2 times. Good job. All right, good job. All right, let's do it one more time, then. All right, good job. This is our internal play off the jet series, the guard trap. The blocking scheme is exactly the same as the Buck series. So for us, 24, the Buck series trap, and 64 trap for the linemen are exactly the same. When we run this play, the left halfback will fake 61 jet. The right halfback will fake 61 jet, take his initial step as if he were blocking jet, and then he'll go to the cutoff, which is 9 yards deep over the right guard. The fullback is the ball carrier. He will dive for the left leg of the center. Right now we're running it against a 4-4 defense, which means with no man on the center,
His power block is the block of the center, because the center will block back. So he is going to stay as tight to the center's block back as he can. The left guard will pull and trap that first man past the center. We want our fullback to understand the difference if there is no man on the center where the hole will be. His thought process on this is that it's almost a straight shot until he gets the linebacker depth, and then he will make a cut from there. All right, let's bird dog 64 guard trap on sound. Bird dog. Two. We want to get the ball as deep to the fullback as we can. These guys have done a good job being shoulder to shoulder. 3, 4, 5, walk it out. Okay, let's run it now. This would be our group work period with the backs. Now we run it. Okay, well done. That is our group work technique of 64 guard trap, the internal play in the Jet series. Okay. We are now going to run 864 guard trap, our internal jet play, as a team. We'll bird dog it the first time, and then we'll run it. Here we go. Two, 3, 4, walk it out. All right, come on back. Set your bag up. These are the assignments for the play we just bird dogged. The split end, stalks number 1, inside stalk. The right halfback takes 61 jet, goes to the cutoff. The right tackle is first linebacker from center. The right guard is lead, backer, influence block left. He will go to his backer assignment on this. The center is post or left. He's going to block to the left. The left guard is going to trap inside out, first man past the center. On backer for the left tackle. Cutoff for the tight end. Left halfback runs 61 jet without the ball. Fullback ball carrier, aim for the left leg of the center. Quarterback, reverse pivot left, hand off to the fullback, and then he fakes waggle to the right. That, of course, is after a 61 jet pivot. Here we go. Now, let's run the play. Good. Run it again. Okay, well done. That is our internal play off the Jet series, 64 guard trap. What we're going to do now is show you our backfield technique on the 67 joker. 67 joker for us is our off-tackle counter for the Jet series. So this is another counter play for us. All right, let's bird dog it. When we run this play, we'll snap the ball at the inside leg of the tackle. The quarterback will give the ball to the left halfback in the backside A gap, okay? The halfback who receives the ball will hand the ball back to the right halfback over the outside leg of the right guard. The right halfback's first step when we run this play is going to be a read step to read the path of the left halfback. They want to be shoulder to shoulder when he receives the ball so that he can now aim for the tail of the left tackle and come through the hole with his shoulders square. One other little technique note on this, the left half, when he takes this handoff, takes it with both hands in front so that he can quickly get the ball and pass it or hand it off to the right halfback. The fullback's first two steps will be to fake 64 guard trap, and he will aim for the tail of the left tackle on his third step and kick out the first man outside the left tackle. When he kicks out left, he uses his left shoulder. Okay, so just line a little tighter there. All right, let's bird dog, 67 joker. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, walk it out. Okay, can we do it without this cone in there, Vin? You know where you're snapping it, right? Okay. All right, here we go. Let's run. 867 joker. Good job by the back, squaring his shoulders up to the hole. Once that halfback comes through the hole, he tries to pick up the quarterback. Actually, the quarterback tries to pick him up and be 5-by-2 outside, so that if we end up with our halfback and a quarterback downfield on one defender, they can execute a pitch or an option downfield. That is the 67 joker play from a technique standpoint. Now we'll run it as a team. This is a team running 867 joker. Doing this as a team. We'll bird dog it the first time, and then we will run it. When we block this play versus the 4-4 defense, the left guard will post, the left tackle will lead. They're going to double team there, okay? The tight end's assignment is lead or influence block left. There is nobody on the tackle for him to block. So he'll influence this defensive end with a shoulder shot, and then he'll kick out the outside linebacker. The center on this is post or right. He will block back to the right here, okay? The right guard is on or right with this look. He will end up blocking back to the right, okay? The right tackle is going to pull through the hole and wall off. He's going to wall off the first thing that shows. Should be one of those linebackers. The fullback is going to fake 64 guard trap. On his third step, he aims for the tail of the left tackle, and he'll kick out the first man outside with his left shoulder. So we have the fullback kicking out, the backside tackle coming through. They form a lane for us. Okay, men, let's bird dog this one time. 2, 3, 4, walk it out. Bill, make sure you get up into the line fast, okay? We don't want the tackle to run into you. It's going to end up being right shoulder. Now we'll run 867 joker. Good, well done. And the quarterback and halfback are in pitch relationship downfield. That is our joker play. This is our outside counter off the Jet series. This is called 861 truck at 9. Truck tells the lineman that it's basically waggle protection for them. It tells the backs that we're running it at the 9 hole. When we run this play, the left halfback will fake 61 jet. The fullback will run 64 guard trap for 2 steps, and then he is going to protect the backside A-gap. If there's nothing there in the backside A-gap for him to protect, he continues on to the cutoff. The right halfback is the ball carrier. On the snap, he will take his first step on the snap, and he aims for the near heels of the fullback. He'll receive the ball probably just before the fullback position, and this is an outside play for him. All right, he runs this at the 9 hole. We have 2 guards pulling that way, our tight end blocking the end man on the line of scrimmage, and this has become a good outside counter for us off the Jet series. All right, let's bird dog, men. 861, truck at 9. This one we will snap the ball just like we would on Jet at the outside foot of the guard. Okay. 2, 3, 4, walk it out. You may on that want to have your back make the same 90-degree cut that he makes on 29. That's basically the play that the right halfback is running. He's running it like a 29 play with a little bit different aiming point. We have not stressed a 90-degree cut, but again, you could easily do that with your halfback. All right, man, let's run it. Good. Okay, guys, let's get a line in here now. This is the truck play as a team. When we do that, the tight end will be responsible to block the end man on the line of scrimmage. If the man's on an inside shade, he'll right shoulder block him. The left tackle is blocking waggle, so he is going to block gap down on. All right, he will end up blocking down. The right guard is going to pull on truck. He pulls, the left guard rather. The left guard pulls, and he is going to kick out support. He should end up kicking out the outside linebacker on this play. The center blocks the same as waggle. He can step and cut. The only thing he wants to make sure is that he doesn't cut too deep and cut off the backside guard. The backside guard is going to pull and wall off. The right tackle is going to pull check. The left halfback will fake 61 jet. The fullback will fake 64 guard trap, block area, go to the cutoff. The right halfback's the ball carrier, and the quarterback fakes 61 jet, hands off to the halfback, and then fakes 61 ice pass. Here we go. This is team 61, 861, truck at 9, bird dog. Two, 3, 4, walk it out. Okay, let's run it. That's good, Bill. And that is the truck play. All right, truck at 9. Good outside counter for us off the jet series.
thank you for taking the time to watch this DVD. I hope that it's helpful to you. If you have any questions or need further information, please feel free to contact me, Jerry Gallagher, at Montville High School, 100 Horseneck Road, Montville, New Jersey, 07045. My school phone number is 973-331-7100, extension 283, and my email address is coachgg1225@aol.com. Once again, thank you, and I hope this helps you.